And welcome back. Now, Zimbabweans will have a chance to pay their respects to former President Robert Mugabe today. His body will lie in state for the next 2 days at Harare's Rufaro Stadium, where Mugabe was inaugurated in 1980. So for the latest, we cross to our reporter Chriselda Lewis, who is at the Mugabe residence in Borrowdale in Harare. Chriselda, good morning, and please tell us what are the developments around Harare overnight.
Well, a very good morning to you, Sakina, live outside the residence of the late former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe. Well, just a few moments ago, the hearse arrived here at the home where it will take the body of the late former elder statesman to the Rufaro Stadium, where the first day of public viewing will take place at the 35,000-seater stadium. Well, this is where the body had been lying in state since last night after it arrived 5 days after he had passed on from Singapore, and he had been accompanied, of course, to his residence here by the president of the country, Emmerson Mnangagwa, with the first lady as well, and the vice president Kembo Mohadi, and other cabinet ministers as well. So what is scheduled to take place here today is, and we're expecting in the next few moments or maximum to an hour, for the body of the late former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, to leave here where a night vigil was also held, and will move from here to the Rufaro Stadium, where the public will get an opportunity to view his body over 2 days. That will be today and tomorrow as well. And just a bit earlier on this morning, we arrived just shortly before 6 o'clock here, and already there were some senior members of ZANU-PF who had come here for an early morning prayer, which we expected to have gotten underway already at this stage. So it will move from here to the Rufaro Stadium, and just to give you a sense of what the significance of that stadium is that if you look at the name Rufaro, that refers in the local Shona language to joy and happiness, but most importantly is where the former president of Zimbabwe, the now late former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, was inaugurated in 1980. So the significance of that is that while that one may argue his career had basically come to a start, and in that I talk about presidentially, I am also referring to the last leg of course, the journey of this former elder statesman. Of course, this will take place over the next 2 days. On Saturday as well, you will have the members of the diplomatic corps as well as dignitaries who will also be able to view his body. But the general sense that we're getting here this morning is that there might be an anticipation of quite a huge number of Zimbabweans who will turn out to go and view the body of the late former president at the Rufaro Stadium. And of course, all of this an indication of the scenes that we saw yesterday when his body arrived in the country from Singapore, where you had throngs of Zimbabweans who had lined the streets from the airport to the Harare city and had basically been chanting Kushungo Kushungo, which is his clan name, and welcoming him back for his final journey. Just before I wrap up, we've also got official confirmation of some of the heads of state and former heads of state who will be attending the funeral. They include South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa and former Presidents Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma. You also have the Chinese President Xi Jinping, as well as the former President Hu Jintao. And also we understand that Cuba's former President Raul Castro is also expected to attend the funeral here. So today, the first public viewing of the body of the late former president will take place at the Rufaro Stadium, which is here in the city centre.
Well, thank you so much. Our reporter Chriselda Lewis speaking to us from Borrowdale, outside the residence of the late former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe.